Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me in this lesson. I am very excited because today we are looking at how you can find the main idea in the passage that you are given for comprehension. So, without wasting much of your time, let's get started and look at what the main idea is. The main idea is the single most important point the writer wants you to understand about the text. So that point that the writer wants you to understand is the main idea. It answers the question, what is the mostly so what is this mostly about rather than what facts are mentioned. So when you're looking for the main idea, you're looking at mostly what is this passage about? What is this paragraph about? What is this entire text about? So that is the main idea. When you begin to look at what facts are mentioned, who is mentioned, that may not be the main idea. Okay? Let's look at the main idea as an umbrella. An umbrella will cover everything. So when you think of the main idea as an umbrella, it covers all the key details beneath it. If a detail is outside the umbrella, it's not central. So an umbrella is the main idea. The details, they just support what is inside that umbrella. Let's do this quick test. If you remove a sentence and the text still makes complete sense, that sentence was likely just a detail, okay? It was not the main idea, but just a detail. If you remove a sentence and the sentence loses, and the text, loses its focus, that sentence was likely the main idea, meaning that in that paragraph, that was a sentence that was carrying the main idea. So this means that every paragraph has got that one sentence which carries the main idea, and then there are other sentences which are just supporting or giving more information about that idea. That's how these work. Now, how can you find a central theme? How can you find the main idea? There are 4 steps that you can take to do this. And the first one is preview. Read the title, first sentence, and last sentence, not repeated words or ideas. So once you read the title, then you read the first sentence. Now, this is where you can apply what we looked at in a previous lesson, where we talked about skimming, scanning, and reading in details, or detailed reading. So here you are just skimming through, and you can actually just read the title, first paragraph and last paragraph, and then for the paragraphs in between, just read the first sentence and the last sentence. Second step is to ask the core question: what is the writer mostly saying about the topic? What is the writer saying about the topic? Once you understand what the writer is saying about the topic, that becomes the main idea, or at least it puts you in the right direction to finding the main idea. Number 3, compress. State the answer in one clear sentence in your own words. So if you have read the whole passage, just by reading the first paragraph, last paragraph, and then the paragraphs in between, you read the first sentence and the last sentence. If you're able to say what you understand from that passage in one sentence, most likely that will be the main idea of the passage. Now, before you can be excited to say, oh, now I know how to find the main idea, you need to check coverage. Do the important details fit under your sentence? If not, refine it. Okay. So you came up with this sentence, or you said, oh, maybe the author is talking about how to plant beans in desert lands or in deserts, right? If you go back to the details of the passage and you find that the details of the passage are supporting what you have concluded to be the main idea, then you have come up with the right idea. If there is a difference in what your sentence is, or your conclusion is, and what the details in the passage, then you need to go back and revisit the facts. You could be imposing a wrong main idea. So to do this, we use a frame, and the frame is who, what, so what. Okay? Who, what, so what. So if you ask yourself these questions, you'll be getting very close to coming up with the main idea of the passage. Number one, who or what is the topic? Ask yourself, what is the topic? Number three, what is happening or claimed about this topic, right? What is the author saying about this topic? So what? What is the overall point, or what is the overall result of this topic? Once you answer these questions, then you'll see that you are at the verge, or maybe you have, at this point, you have come up with the main idea. Let's look at this example. Year 12 students who used the library study rooms handed in stronger drafts, so the school extended evening hours during exams. What is the main idea of the paragraph that we have just read? What is the main idea? In my own small way, extended library access helped year 12 students to improve their drafts. That's what I thought that passage was about. It was about extended hours helping students to improve their drafts that they handed in. Let's try with a longer passage. During term 2, the school noticed that heavy morning traffic was causing late arrivals and a rushed start to classes. With support from local council, the school installed secure bike racks, set up a supervised bike bus every Wednesday, and shared safe cycling maps with families. By the end of the term, on-time arrivals improved, teachers reported calmer beginnings to the day, and many students said that they felt more energetic in their first lesson. So, what do you think this passage is about? What do you think is the main idea in this passage? I'll let you know what I think. Mine is that the school improved punctuality and student readiness by promoting safe cycling through new facilities and a weekly bike bus. That's what I thought. That's how I summarized that paragraph. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you are watching this on YouTube, if you are in the course, then yeah, just go to the comprehension passage and answer the questions that will ask you to find main ideas. Okay, let's look at example number 3. During term 2, the school noticed that heavy morning traffic was causing late arrivals. Oh, this is the same passage that we actually read. Yep, this is the same one. Thank you. Sorry, I thought I put 3 examples, but I copied the same example and pasted it in PowerPoint. In my notes, I think I've got different examples, but you get the idea. That's how it should go, and that's how it goes. So you read the passage, understand what the passage is all about, check with facts in the passage, and most likely you will have come up with the main topic or the main idea of the sentence. And before I let you go, if you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe and support me. Okay? Thank you so much for subscribing. Lastly, I've got comprehension passages and comprehension questions that I need you to practice with. Go back to the link, go to my website. There is a whole course on comprehension, which is free of charge. You don't need to pay anything. And you can do this on your mobile phone. You can do this on your tablet or on a computer. If you've got access to a computer, I recommend that you use a computer. If not, just go with whatever you have, as long as you've got an internet connection, and any smart gadget should be able to give you the best view that you can. So thank you so much for this. I really appreciate, and thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. And don't forget, go and practice on my website. There's a link in the description. Bye-bye.